Currently and officially all the way up to 4th place. He has moved closer to take off, and Cole, a couple times over here, you see those transmission lines. You know he's not far from where we are right here in Orange, Texas. We saw Cooper Gallant and Patrick Walters catch some fish in there this morning. Taku taking advantage of it in the afternoon and actually catching some bigger ones than they caught this morning, anchored by this one right here. Really, best part of his day is probably about 11 o'clock today.
Yeah. 9 pounds and 1 ounce. He's, if this were a one-day tournament, he'd just be 2 ounces behind our leader, Pat Schlapper. But he had to spot him quite a few ounces to start this day. Let's get out to Kyle Welcher. Big day on day number 3, double-digit, over 11 pounds, as a matter of fact, to make it into this top 10. And that put everyone on alert.
It did. You have to be on alert when Kyle Welcher makes a move like he did on day 3. He said, I figured something out a little bit different, and he had to fish to prove it yesterday, and he's done well today. If you notice the fish that we've seen him catch today, and maybe not that one right there, but the majority of them have been that better class of fish, that 1.5 pound, 2 pound, maybe a little over, and that's why Kyle Welcher has moved up to 3rd place unofficially.
Kyoya Fujita has won on a Sabine River impoundment known as Toledo Bend. He did that last year. He's looking to make it 2 blue trophies from this watershed right here.
I have to be honest with you, I'm so impressed watching Kyoya Fujita this week. Last week, I guess I should have been more impressed. He caught over 30 pounds the first 3 days, made it look somewhat easy. But here I did not expect to see him. He's using spinning tackle here, but most of this tournament we've seen him with bait caster equipment in his hand, like you see right there, picking apart shallow water vegetation, not using his forward-facing sonar, or certainly not using it very much here this week. And he's shown me and a lot of other people that he can do more than one thing. He's a great angler, and we had to know that. He had accomplished way too much before he joined the Bassmaster Elite Series. But another great week in Texas for Kyoya.
And there he is trying to win it wire to wire. Elva, Wisconsin's Pat Schlapper. What a great story, and what a big day this could be for him.
Yeah, I'll have to admit, early on in this tournament, Pat took the lead on day 1. You had to get everyone's attention. He had one over 4 pounds. And then I talked to him, and then we had a camera with him on day 2, and you saw what he had done to catch those fish on day 1, and you just had to think, man, that's probably not going to hold up. But that wasn't the only trick in his bag. He had a lot of other things going on, and this morning he made a long run and started out with a buzz bait, and man, did he make the right decision. We had about half of our top 10 go try something totally different today. Pat was one of them, and man, did it pay off in a hurry. He got 4 of the right ones. He said, I'll be glad to weigh any of those 4 in. I would like to get rid of one more small one. He still has that fish in his live well, but unofficially, he is in the lead.
Absolutely, up until recently, the tune of 3 pounds, but there are other anglers out there working as hard as they can to keep pace with him, and if they can possibly find a way, get right up there with him, make it come down to a matter of ounces. I don't put that out of the realm of possibility for today.
Remember, Schlapper had a key big bite yesterday afternoon. It was starting to slip away from him. Got that big bite yesterday afternoon, and that retained his lead for the 3rd day.
I'm glad you reminded me of that, because he was borderline not making top 10 until he got that bite yesterday afternoon. What a difference one bite makes here.
Well, yeah, that was a bombshell.
It was a good one, and he didn't have his limit, so it all went to the bottom line, and he needed every bit of it.
Told his camera and just put it in as a big one. It went in like a 2. I think it was considerably more than that.
Yeah. Watching him on day 2, I didn't think there would be any way that he could be in the lead on Championship Sunday and not even go back to where he caught all his fish on day 1 and most of them on day 2. But he hasn't even been there today.
We saw him there for a little while. He did run there.
Okay.
He did. During the halftime show, Looked like he poked his nose up there, but wasn't there for long.
I think I was eating birthday cake or something. I missed that.
Probably
Sorry.
another cheeseburger by the sounds of things.
Was anyone else there?
No.
No. Okay. The Kyoya Fujita.
Yes! Yeah!
Whoa.
Yes! Yes! 2-pounder! Yes! Oh my gosh. Yes, 2-pounder. 2-5. Yes! Oh.
That shows you the size of these fish. He's just as excited about that fish as he was a 9-pounder a week ago.
That's a big fish, so many ways.
Yes.
I mean, I feel
Playing
good
through
about
a little
that
bit
bite.
ago.
I just need to get another one. Just don't let, we can't go forever without another bite. Probably need to mix that popper in too. Old Faithful. And this open water stuff. That's what I'm saying. Uh-oh. We finna do something now. Look at there. How fast can things turn around? Maybe this is the zone. Four. Hey, we're awake now. Look at here. Look at here. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. That's it right there. All right. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. We'll take it.
Interesting developments in the last few minutes here. Let's go over to John Cruz. John needing to put some more in the boat. Make them big and make them fast.
Had the biggest fish in the tournament at 414 and 257 late in the day on day 2. The biggest bass.
John Cruz, our longest standing member for the Bassmaster Elite Series in our top 10 today. He's been here every year. Going on 20 of them right now. What a splendid, splendid record he has here on the Sabine River, the Gulf Coast area. I think Ronnie Moore is standing by at the screen of knowledge. I think he can give us some more on John Cruz. Something that might be useful to know.
If we gave you 3 or 4 more minutes, Tommy, you would have probably given all the stats away anyway. So I'm glad you guys brought it over here to the Humminbird Screen of Knowledge to talk about just such a solid reputation for these two anglers. Smaller sample sizes for each of them, but for John Cruz and Kyle Welcher at the Sabine, it's hard to get better than they currently have, even with it not being a home fishery. We think about home guys. Cliff Prince has had such a good track record at the St. John's. Lee Livesey, for the most part, had such a great record at Lake Fork. But John Cruz, in the past, since the first time we came here, he got 26th and then a 6th and a 6th, 28th, 18th last time, and started today in 5th place. Meanwhile, Welcher, a much smaller sample size, only the 2021, 23, and 25 events, but an 8th, 7th, and 4th, coming into the final day. One other thing to note, we mentioned day one that none of the previous winners at this event have been worse than 12th after day one of competition. 12th was the floor for where you had to be to win an event. We've got 4 or 5, maybe 6 anglers that started below that mark this week. Kyoya Fujita 18th. You had Welcher in the 40s. John Cruz was in the 70s. Patrick Walters was down, I believe, in the 20s as well. So we have a couple guys with their name in the hat other than Pat Schlapper and Taku Ito and Stetson Blaylock who have been in the top 3 all week. So a couple guys maybe going to make history today.
Good stuff, Ronnie. Thank you so much. Facts that make us all the more interested in what's about to come. What is going to happen here in the last 2+ hours here on the Sabine River?